Hello students, welcome you all in the world of consumer behavior. In the next couple of minutes, I am going to share with you the changing Indian consumer. We are studying the subject consumer behavior and marketing communication, a specialized paper of MBA third semester second year student pursuing under Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Technical University, Lucknow. Students, the contents of the presentation goes like this: changing Indian consumer, building blocks of consumer behavior, consumer belief, consumer attitude, consumer expectation, and finally goes to conclusion. Student, looks toward this first slides that talks about changing Indian consumer. In 1980s and in 2020, there is a paradigm shift in understanding the consumer behavior. This is a scenario of women empowerment. Days are gone when males will take the decision at home and female remain stay at home. But now the women are in the decision making scenario and can take the decision on behalf of their family. So as a management student, as a marketing student, your focus is to understand the behavior of women empowerment. And somebody has spoke, कस्टमरों को अगर हथेली पे नहीं रख सकते तो उनको पलकों पे बिठा के रखना पड़ेगा. So the mean is to keep your customers on your eyelids, and eyelids are here. Students, this slide talks about the building blocks of consumer behavior, constitutes of consumer belief and consumer feelings, which leads to consumer attitude, which confer intention of consumer, and finally frame the consumer behavior. Students, now the consumer belief has three dimensions: brand distinctiveness, influential belief, and consumer confusions. Consumer perception of a brand and company marketing efforts leads to developing certain personality of each brand, like Tanish jewelry, which talks about brand distinctness. Influential belief, the best example is Akai TV and Big Bazaar retail shop. And the third dimension is consumer confusion, insufficient, conflicting information, mistaken identity, irrelevant ad slogan appeal, change in the brand key forces and positioning. The best example is Mary biscuits belong from Britannia. Students, these are the latest examples which I am putting for you to make you understand the consumer belief and how the consumer develop their attitude, like Lifebuoy, Big Bazaar, Welcome to Subiksha, all your favorite brands and groceries at the lowest price every day. Now this slide talks about consumer feeling. Is a part of advertisement experience, influence on viewer moods, attitude, recall, and affinity. The first example of consumer feeling is Hamara Bajaj. Hamara Bajaj, Hamara Bajaj. This gives a feeling of national integrity, and Bajaj has used this slogan across the years, and Bajaj has become the market leader. Even the second example is of Amul butter, utterly butterly delicious. In fact, students, during lockdown, our honorable Prime Minister has requested to all the citizens of the country to come out in night and start banging thalis just to keep the morale high of all the doctors, nurse, and the person who are working under this pandemic situation. Students, the next morning, Amul has changed his statement as a brand logo, and he has written खाली हाथ नहीं थाली हाथ थैंक्स कीजिए. Come under Amul Janta favorite. Look how the consumer feelings has immediately changed, and Amul is again the market leader in this segment. As part of shopping experience, influence of availability and environment and ambience. For ambience, the best example is Maruti service stations, cafe coffee day, barista coffee, where a consumer feel a different experience because of ambience. As part of consumption experience, influence consumer consumption evaluation. Example is vanilla Coke, blue Pepsi, and Asian Paints. Students, this slide talks about an attitude. An attitude is a learned predisposition to behavior in a consistent manner with respect to a given object. What is formation of consumer attitude? Consumer attitudes are formed by direct personal experience, that is product uses, indirect experience, reading a print ad, mass media, TV, internet, and the influence of family and friends. Students, this slide is self-explanatory that talks about consumer expectations, and different products have different expectations, like the product like clothes, car, mobile phone, insurance, cellular services, computer, and house. These different products have different expectations. Like first example is of cloth. Their expectation is sharp appearance, style, attractiveness, comfort, and ruggedness. Car consumer expectation is comfort, value for money, social status, family product, and performance. Like this, the different products have different consumer expectation. Finally, the last slide talks about a very interesting slide which I have taken from different sources. This slide talks about is saying a bad habit can ruin even a good horoscope. Students, same here in marketing. A misunderstanding of consumer behavior can ruin even a good product, because designing good product, the credit goes to technology, but making product successful in the market, the responsibilities goes to the marketing student. So marketing students, you should have become a champions of change. You need to understand a paradigm shift in consumer behavior, and if you can able to understand the behavior of the consumer, you can able to sell the product even having a inferior quality of technology. So just like a bad habit can ruin even a good horoscope, so if you mislead, if you cannot able to understand the consumer, even a good product cannot find place in the market. So with all these words, I am concluding my presentation and wish you all the best as a champion of change. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye.